What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a quick guide for the new SSR Force tickets that have just dropped with the new rank growth packs that are available in the Baba Shop. So there's 15 characters that you can select with your ticket in the Baba Shop here. So yeah, we're just going to take a look here and see which ones are worth your ticket and which ones are not. Because there is a very heavy spread between like the best unit in here and the worst unit in here. It's quite a massive difference. I actually can't believe like the specific pool of units that they've chosen to go with. I mean, there must be some pattern here as far as like when these units released or something. Just as far as like, you know, why they're offering the units that they're offering, because they are not on like the even playing field at all. It's like kind of a joke that you would maybe pick one of these units over the other. So if we notice here, these are the 15 units that we can get. If we notice here at the top row, these are all summonable LRs. So these are all units that can be purchased with yellow coins. And then the bottom 10 units here are all red coin units because they're Dokkan Fests. So they can all be purchased with red coins. So I did keep the two of them separate as we go through. We're going to go through every single character that's here really quick. But yeah, I am going through all of the LRs first. I wanted to compare them to each other and then kind of compare the Dokkan Fest units to each other. Just because there are other ways to obtain these characters, right? And the other ways, other than straight summoning them on a banner, would be you know, with the gacha coins. So I just want to make sure that people are aware of the different colors of gacha coins that these can be purchased with. So coming up first, we've got all of the yellow coin LRs here. So I think this, of the yellow coin LRs, is the best purchase here, the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta. He's got a 200% team here because he's on the Vegeta's family team. So one of the lower end you know, 200% teams, but he does have it at least, and he certainly can be decent on that team. Can provide some decent offense and defense. He's nothing insane nowadays. He probably will struggle in some of the newer like red zones that have come out and stuff, but he could certainly be helpful for you on like Super Battle Road stage or things like that if you needed an extra fill-in unit there. So yeah, this guy definitely can be decent. His kit is a little bit restrained here. Oh, same. So he has Key 3 with a Goku. Yeah. So if you don't have a Goku ally, then he's going to suffer a little bit, which can be tough. Yeah, and then he gets like some more additional Key with Goku in the same turn. Yeah, so if you're using him on a Vegeta's family team, then he's probably not going to be the best anyway. I just realized. Yeah, okay. Well, this guy is still pretty solid. Okay, so the next up we've got the Broly, Chile, and Lemo. Movie Bosses has gotten a few really solid buffs recently. That's the main reason why I've got them here, because they are on that Movie Bosses team, which is a decently runnable team now that the Super Saiyan, the Dragon Ball Super Broly has gotten his EZA, and the AGL Turles has gotten his EZA, and then we've got all those cooler cards from the Worldwide Download Celebration. So throwing this unit on a team like that definitely isn't the worst idea. They are going to absolutely fold if they get hit, but the idea is to not let them get hit at all. So they get 100% chance to evade super attacks if they get 7 or more key spheres selected. So as long as you're able to proc that ability with them, they are a very usable unit, even in today's meta. And they're a pretty strong support unit as well, with the unique passive that they have here, basically giving them some type of buff no matter what kind of orbs they select. So that can be very solid for this unit. If you run them alongside an orb changer, who can help them get any one of these type of key spheres that you're going for, then they can be a really solid unit to have on the team. So coming up next, we've got the STR Full Power Frieza here. Now, obviously, this unit gets overshadowed by the AGL Full Power Frieza, who is definitely better. So in the any opportunity where you have to choose between the two of them, you're probably going to choose the AGL one. Or honestly, based on like the teams that you could run full power Frieza named characters on. You know, if we look down here, there's pretty much better units to run than full power Frieza at this point because of all of those cooler units that came out and stuff, all of the ones that I had previously mentioned. So yeah, this guy isn't the most usable, but if you do have you know, a spot that you want to fill him in on a team, he's absolutely, you can run him. You know, I wouldn't say that he is optimal or anything, but if you don't have a complete account and you're missing some of the top dogs, then this guy can definitely fill in their place on like a Wicked Bloodline team or Terrifying Conquerors, Transformation Boost. There's a lot of places that this guy has a decent spot. So looking through his kit here real quick, he's getting attack and defense on super, which is nice. Greatly raising on his ultra super attack, which is good. He gets 120% stats at the start of turn, gives himself some ki, which is nice. Okay, so then he gets additional defense on super attack, and attacks effective against all types if you have ultra super attack, so that's nice. And then he gives himself some additional ki and attack when as your HP you know, gets lower, and then if your HP is below 40%, you perform a critical hit, guaranteed. Disables enemies' action once within the turn if HP is 40% or less when attacking. Okay, so he gets the little like mini Ghost Usher, the attack break thing when you're below 40% HP as well. So this guy performs decently if you're getting below certain HP thresholds, but I don't know that you're going to be doing that too often on teams that you could run him on, because he is on some of the strongest teams in the game currently that really don't ever go low on HP because they're just so good at tanking and everything. So yeah, but this guy is certainly not useless, I would say. Okay, so then we have the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan here. This guy has been aged out of the meta insanely. He is really not that usable anymore. This guy is going to get absolutely folded in like any red zone stages. I don't even think you could bring this guy into Super Battle Road and stuff. If you, I mean, he is a nuker, so he's getting only 7% per key sphere though. That's really not enough. I wish that were on super attack. That would be so much better. But he does get this additional 58% attack when performing an Ultra Super, which is nice. He's got a medium chance to launch an additional built-in. And then, okay, so let's see. He gets an additional 59% attack, and attacks become critical hits when performing an Ultra Super if HP is 58% or less, with a Movie Heroes category ally whose name includes Goku. That's really easy to do. With all of the recent Movie Heroes buffs, there's, you know, definitely a place for this guy on a Movie Heroes team, but there's just so many better units on Movie Heroes right now that I don't think you would really want to run this guy. But yeah, I think defensively he does suffer a little bit. He's only getting 58% stats at the start of turn. That's just not good enough anymore. It is useful that he has the defense raises on super, that helps, but it's just not good enough, I would say. So yeah, this guy really does struggle defensively, I would say. He could probably pack a bit of a punch on a 200% team here, though. Is he on 200% teams? Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, Bond-A-Parent and Child. I don't even think he's on a 200% team. It doesn't look like he is. Yeah. Yeah, so you can only run this guy on a 170% leader skill as well. Oh, no, he's on Powerful Comeback. Technically, he's on the Carnival Goku's 200% team, so you could run him there, but, yeah. And, oh, actually, he would be really good pairing with him because the whole Movie Heroes Goku unit, you could have the Carnival Goku leader as as this Movie Hero Goku, so that's an interesting spot for him. But yeah, other than there, I don't know that there's a decent spot you could really run this guy, unfortunately. Okay, so then we have the Tech Full Power Jiren. I am not going to waste too much time on this. This unit is absolutely aged out of the meta. The Universe Survival Saga team is not even usable at this point. It needs a 200% leader skill. We need some new buffs for that team to be runnable at all, and this guy is just absolutely not it anymore. He doesn't get the defense raises on super, so the 200% stats that he has at the start of turn is just not enough. Like, what is it? Where's the rest of his passive? Look at this. 3 lines of text. That is not a modern passive at all. It's just not good enough. So yeah, this guy is completely unusable at this point. I would definitely say you don't want to get him. So that is all the LRs. So if you were going to choose to get one of the LRs here, if you've decided that it's, you know, more worthwhile to get an LR here, I would definitely say one of these two is probably the best idea. I suppose the Frieza could be good too. Probably not the last two, though. The last two are a significant jump down from the other 3 LRs here. Okay, so moving on to the TURs. This is the hands down the best one on the list. The fact that you can buy Tech Ultimate Gohan with this ticket is amazing. If you don't have this unit yet, you 100% should get this guy. Even over any of the LRs. Like, you should absolutely get this guy. He is still so usable. He is so good. He's got some pretty solid spots to be used. He's on a few different 200% teams, I believe. Yeah, so he's also on Powerful Comeback here. Warriors Raised on Earth, which is not yet on Global, but it will be. He's on Bond of Parent and Child, so you can run him on the Vegeta and Trunks team. He's on Goku's family, and we've got quite a few good Goku's family leads at this point that can be used. He's on Hybrid Saiyans, so you can run him on the new Physical Ultimate Gohan team as well. So yeah, lots of different places to use this guy, and obviously, you know, him having the infinite guard here and the infinite great attack and defense raising just makes him such a force to be reckoned with. Still one of the most versatile units in the game. Very solid unit. And I cannot imagine, like, if he manages to get an easy A in this upcoming year, how insane he'll be. Because, you know, when he, like, this guy released in 2020. And he is still, like, usable. This is probably the oldest unit in the game that has not yet gotten an easy A that is still usable in today's meta. So that's definitely saying something. And if he does get an easy A, just because of the skeleton of his kit with the infinite stat raising and always having guard, like, they're not going to take either one of those things away. So if he ever does get an easy A, having those things on top of whatever else they give him in his kit, he's just going to be insane. Like, this guy's going to have years more life left in him. So he is definitely a good investment now if you don't already have him, for sure, because he will be usable for years to come. Okay, so then we have the AGL Kid Gohan here. This guy can still be used somewhat. He's still got a decent kit here. You know, he's got some stunning in there, so for places where stunning can be a thing, he can be helpful. He gets infinite defense raises on his unit super attack as well as just his normal super attack, so that's good. And then he's got lots of defense out the ass, which is really solid. He gets the defense at the start of turn, which is perfect, just in case you needed to put him in slot 1, and then he gets his attack on super attack, which is great, because if he got his defense on super attack as well, then you wouldn't be able to put him in slot 1, because he doesn't get the defense until after he supers. But in this case, it works out for him. And he gets an additional attack and defense 58% when there's another Heavenly Events category ally attacking in the same turn. So I believe there are a few good Heavenly Events units around. Let's actually take a look at the Heavenly Events category, because I'm not too familiar with this category. It's a smaller category for sure. Oh! Well, this guy's on Heavenly Events, and he just got an Extreme Z Awakening that is absolutely insane. Just got announced on JP. I should be coming to Global soon as well. So yeah, that could be a pretty strong pairing there. Obviously, this Exchange Goku is a pretty good unit on that category as well. So yeah, we've got a couple usable units. You definitely can get that active skill activated, or the portion of his passive activated, I mean. So another really good part about his kit here, he is a defensive support. He's giving all allies 58% defense, which is absolutely wonderful. And then he's got a really strong active skill as well. Recovers 30% HP, guards for 1 turn, raises all allies' defense by 20% for 2 turns. Like, what? That's so good. Yeah, still one of the best active skills for sure. I love these healing active skills. They definitely do a lot. And then, you know, him having the guard for that 1 turn as well is really solid. So you could definitely put him in slot 1 on the active skill turn for sure. So yeah, this guy is still pretty solid. Okay, so then we've got AGL Pycon. This guy has been in the spotlight pretty much ever since the Cell Max event came out, because he has got, you know, the evasion chance in his passive here. He's supporting, and then he also has the Ghost Usher active skill that can be activated on the 4th turn when you're fighting one enemy whose HP is 50% or more. Yeah, so for all of those reasons, this guy is pretty solid. He's also greatly lowering attack, so that can be useful, I suppose, for like Super Battle Road stages and stuff. So this guy definitely has some utility on certain teams where he can be run. He is on Movie Heroes, right? Movie Heroes. So that is a really important detail, just because Movie Heroes is such a strong build right now. I imagine most people playing the game at this moment have a ton of good Movie Heroes characters, because even if you just started playing, you probably summoned for some of the recent, units that came out with the Orange Piccolo and Ultimate Gohan, or, the, what is it, the ROF Blues and AGL Jocko, or maybe you summoned for the Gammas. So you probably have a decent Movie Heroes team. This guy is definitely a good fill-in option for that team. Okay, so next up we've got the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, the GT Super Saiyans here. So these guys are kind of hand-in-hand, pretty much the same. They came out alongside each other, so they have very, very similar kits. They are both decent for Vegeta's family and Goku's family, respectively. They are nuker units that provide a lot of offense and defense to themselves, so they can still be decently usable. And they're also both on GT Heroes, obviously, so they can be run on the LR Super Saiyan 4's team from the 7th anniversary, so they have a decent spot there as well. I would definitely say these guys could be worth a pickup. Okay, so now we have definitely jumped down a tier as far as how good these units are. I would say the next 5 units are considerably lower, like less valuable than the first 5 that we just went over here. So we've got the Str Videl here. She is pretty much not usable unless, she's the best Peppy Gals leader in the game. Like, this is the only way to get Peppy Gals under a 170% leader skill, so I guess she can be good for that. But other than on a Peppy Gals team, like, where are you running this girl? I suppose Warriors Raised on Earth, she could have a decent spot on that team. But this team hasn't come to Global yet. This comes out with the Dokkan Fest Yamcha. So when it comes to Global, she could be decent on that team. But yeah, anywhere else, you're probably not going to run her. Like Bond of Parent Child, there's so many better options. Majin Buu Saga, there's so many better options. So it's pretty much just the Peppy Gals team. If you wanted to run Peppy Gals, you could use this unit. But other than that, she's kind of useless. Okay, so let me have the Super Saiyan Goten and Trunks here. They have a hard time. Yeah. Their active skill is pretty much the only place that they have some purpose, because they get this guaranteed dodge for 1 turn. But it can be activated when there is another ally whose name includes Trunks Kid or Goten Kid attacking in the same turn. Yeah, and the problem is there's just no other good Trunks Kids or Goten Kids around at this point. So you're not going to really have a solid place to run them and be able to get their active skill up and stuff. Yeah, they really just kind of need an easy A at this point. Having the great chance of the additional stats is just kind of wonky too. It's not really reliable or something that you can set up for yourself. For instance, if this was like when selecting a certain amount of key spheres, then you could force it, because you could set up the orbs to where, run them with an orb changer, and then you can force yourself to select those amount of key spheres. Or if it's like, if your HP is below a certain threshold, then you could just plan for that, right? But having the great chance, which is a 70% chance, by the way, it's kind of reliable, but also not. So yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a wonky. They have kind of a wonky kit here, especially because, like, if you check out this portion of their kit, they get this additional evasion chance for each attack evaded, but they have no base evasion in their kit. Like, you have to first evade an attack in order to get these things. So you'd want to maybe build them with full dodge in their hidden potential, but if you're just picking this unit up with a SSR Force ticket, you're getting them at 55%. You can't really get dodge on them other than putting equipment on them in the first place. So yeah, this unit is just basically kind of a mess, is all I'm trying to say. So yeah, there are better units to be had for sure. Okay, so then we've got Str Bojack. This guy is kind of being carried by the fact that, like, Terrifying Conquerors and Movie Bosses is so good right now. But he himself is not that good. he is kind of getting aged out for sure. He only having 100% stats at the start of turn is just not good enough anymore. They kind of give him that just because he also has the Space Traveling Warriors attack and defensive buff here, which can be nice. And then they're also giving him some additional stats when you're facing multiple enemies. But obviously, you're not going to see that too often these days. Most of the strongest fights in the game are against a singular enemy. This guy just doesn't have the attack and defense. Even though he has the raises on super attack, he still just doesn't have the attack and defense to keep up in today's meta. You know, and I suppose you could see his transformation condition. It's just turn 4, so that is not the worst thing ever. You know, and then once you transform with him, he's only getting the attack raises on super. He does get some additional stats in his passive, but you know, he's got the additional here, but you're not getting any more defense raises. If there was a defense raise in his super attack here, I would say he's for sure usable, because he's got big bad bosses, so he could definitely have big bad bosses, you know, active with some units, and then, you know, getting the additional super attack here, plus the hidden potential system additional. He could be launching 3 super attacks per turn and getting those defense raises off with the defense 180% here. Then he would definitely be looking good enough. But because he doesn't have the defense raises in his super attack here, he suffers greatly. Just definitely does not get enough defense. I don't think that the additional defense that he gets from the 6 key spheres selected is good enough either. So yeah, this guy is just kind of not... He's just almost there, just not quite it anymore. Okay, and then we have Str Kefla. She's unrunnable. She's just trash. She's garbage. She cannot be run. She has a high chance to evade. That's all she offers you. Other than that, she's not good. She's just bad. And then when you transform, she still has the high chance to evade, but again, you need 6 key spheres selected for that. Same thing when she's in her base form. And then once you're at the Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, which you can only get the earliest at, like, what, turns 5? Yeah, turn 5 would be the earliest that you could get this girl out. Then you have a high chance to evade base kit, which is nice. But yeah, other than that, if she doesn't evade, she's going to get absolutely destroyed. She does not have good defense, so yeah. And then Beerus, the worst of them all. This guy is just like 100% unrunnable. He's so bad. He needs an easy A. He's just way too old. Kind of funny that he came out alongside, well, not alongside, but around the same time as the Tech Ultimate Gohan, which is funny because if we're looking at it, Tech Ultimate Gohan, I would say, is hands down the absolute best option to buy with your SSR Force ticket here, and Physical Beerus is absolutely the worst, and they came out at like the same time. So, kind of funny to think about. But yeah, this guy is horrible. Definitely do not get him. So yeah, that is every single character that you have the option to get here. So I would say Tech Ultimate Gohan is number 1 for sure. This guy, you know, the Kid Gohan is number 2. Pycon's number 3. And then these guys are kind of tied at like number 4 here. Number 4 and 5, right? And then I would say beyond that, probably going for the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta or the, you know, the Broly Chila and Lemo or the Full Power Frieza. Those are probably all the units that I would recommend. Any of the other units, I definitely would say are not good enough to be worthwhile for your ticket. So yeah, hopefully you guys found this in-depth guide helpful, useful, so you don't have to go through and read through all of these units to know which ones are good or not. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, then consider being a part of the Toxic Tribe with a like, comment, and subscribe on the video. We are trying to get to 400 subscribers now, so come and be one of them. I would greatly appreciate it. That is going to do it for this one, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!